Johnny Crawford was born John Ernest Crawford on March 26, 1946 in Los Angeles, California, into a family already familiar with the rhythms of the entertainment world. Creativity surrounded him from the start. His mother, Betty Crawford, nurtured his artistic curiosity, while his father, Robert Lawrence Crawford Sr., worked as a film editor before becoming a television producer. This environment made performance feel natural rather than forced. Johnny grew up alongside his siblings, Corridon, Robert Jr., and Nance, sharing a household where ambition and discipline quietly coexisted. His older brother, Robert L. Crawford Jr., would also find success as a child actor, making show business a shared family experience rather than a solitary pursuit. With a heritage that blended Russian, English, German, and Irish roots, Johnny carried a sense of cultural depth that subtly shaped his outlook. Even early on, there was a gentleness about him that would later define his career and personal legacy. Learning fame young at Hollywood High, Johnny attended Hollywood High School, an institution deeply woven into the history of American entertainment. By the time he graduated in 1964, he was already a national television star and a teenage heartthrob, balancing adolescence with fame in a way few young people ever experience. While the classroom provided structure, much of Johnny's education came from film sets, sound stages, and rehearsal rooms. He learned professionalism early, watching seasoned actors navigate long hours and creative pressure. Despite his popularity, those who knew him often remarked on his humility and quiet manners. Hollywood High offered him something rare, normalcy, allowing him to remain grounded among peers who understood the unusual nature of his life. That balance proved crucial. Rather than becoming overwhelmed by fame, Johnny learned to coexist with it, developing a work ethic and emotional maturity that would sustain him long after his teenage stardom faded. The Mickey Mouse Club and an early break. Johnny's professional journey began in earnest in 1955, when he was selected as one of the original Mouseketeers on Walt Disney's The Mickey Mouse Club. Though his time on the show lasted only one season, the experience proved formative. It introduced him to live television, rigorous rehearsal schedules, and the discipline required of young performers. More importantly, it placed him before a national audience at a pivotal moment in television history. Working alongside future stars like Annette Funicello, Johnny gained confidence and industry credibility. When his contract ended, it wasn't a setback, but a stepping stone. Casting directors had taken notice. The exposure opened doors to dramatic roles that demanded emotional depth far beyond his years, proving that Johnny was not simply a charming child performer, but a serious young actor capable of carrying complex material with sincerity and restraint. Early television success and emotional range. In 1956, Johnny delivered a breakthrough performance in NBC's live teleplay Little Boy Lost, captivating audiences with a deeply emotional portrayal that revealed his natural ability to convey vulnerability. That same year, appearances on The Lone Ranger and other popular programs quickly followed. Throughout the late 1950s, Johnny became a familiar face in American living rooms, appearing in series such as The Loretta Young Show, Whirlybirds, and Mr. Adams and Eve. These roles showcased his adaptability, allowing him to move effortlessly between drama, adventure, and lighthearted storytelling. Directors valued his reliability, while audiences connected with his authenticity. Unlike many child actors, Johnny never seemed rehearsed or artificial. His performances felt lived in, grounded in genuine emotion. This consistency laid the foundation for the role that would define his life and career in ways he could not yet imagine. Beyond acting, a teen idol finds his voice. As the rifleman soared in popularity, Johnny Crawford simultaneously built a successful music career. In the early 1960s, his gentle voice and boy-next-door charm resonated with teenage audiences across America. Songs like Cindy's Birthday, which reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, cemented his status as a pop sensation. Unlike many novelty acts, Johnny took music seriously, approaching recording sessions with the same care he brought to acting. His songs captured the innocence of the era, reflecting youthful longing without pretense. Television appearances and live performances further expanded his fan base, making him a familiar presence across multiple mediums. Music offered Johnny a different kind of expression, one rooted in melody rather than dialogue, and it allowed him to connect with fans in a deeply personal way during the height of his fame. Film roles, risk-taking, and military service. As the 1960s progressed, Johnny sought roles that challenged him creatively. He appeared in films such as El Dorado, sharing the screen with legends like John Wayne and Robert Mitchum, and later took on unconventional projects that reflected his curiosity as an artist. In 1967, his career paused when he was drafted into the U.S. Army. Serving with dedication, Johnny applied his film experience to military productions and rose to the rank of sergeant. The discipline and perspective gained during this time marked a turning point. Returning to civilian life, he approached acting with renewed purpose, contributing to award-winning projects like The Resurrection of Bronco Billy. Rather than chasing fame, Johnny chose meaningful work, prioritizing creative integrity over visibility, a decision that defined the quieter but deeply fulfilling second half of his career. A lifelong love for vintage music. In later years, Johnny Crawford embraced a passion that had always lived beneath the surface: vintage American music. In 1992, he founded the Johnny Crawford Orchestra, dedicated to authentically recreating the dance band sounds of the 1920s and 1930s. Leading the orchestra brought him joy and a sense of continuity with musical history. The group became a fixture at prestigious events, including numerous Art Directors Guild Awards ceremonies. In 2012, the orchestra released Sweep in the Clouds Away, an album that reflected Johnny's meticulous attention to detail and deep respect for early American composers. This chapter of his life revealed another side of him, not as a former child star, but as a curator of culture, preserving elegance and craftsmanship in a modern world that often moved too fast. Love, rediscovered with Charlotte Samko. One of the most touching chapters of Johnny Crawford's life came far from the spotlight. In 1990, he reunited with Charlotte Samko, his high school sweetheart from Hollywood High. Their youthful romance had ended decades earlier as life carried them in different directions, yet the bond remained. When they found each other again, it was with maturity, patience, and gratitude. Their relationship deepened slowly, rooted in shared history and mutual respect, leading to marriage in 1995. Charlotte became Johnny's anchor, offering stability and quiet strength. Together, they built a life defined not by fame, but by companionship. Their story became a testament to enduring love. The idea that some connections, no matter how long interrupted, are never truly lost. Alzheimer's, friendship, and public support. In 2019, it was publicly revealed that Johnny Crawford had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. The news saddened fans who remembered his youthful vitality, but it also revealed the depth of the community that surrounded him. Close friends, including former child actor Paul Peterson, rallied in support. Peterson organized a fundraising effort to assist with Johnny's care, a gesture rooted in loyalty rather than publicity. Fans from around the world contributed, sharing memories of how Johnny's work had touched their lives. As the disease progressed, Johnny received specialized care, supported by Charlotte and a circle of devoted friends. Though his public appearances faded, the love surrounding him never did, proving that the impact of his life extended far beyond the roles he once played. A gentle farewell and an enduring legacy. Johnny Crawford passed away on April 29, 2021, at the age of 75, following complications related to Alzheimer's disease. His death marked the quiet closing of a remarkable life shaped by talent, humility, and kindness. While illness and circumstance brought his journey to an end, his legacy remains vivid. Through The Rifleman, his music, and his later devotion to preserving vintage art forms, Johnny left behind more than nostalgia. He left sincerity. Those who knew him spoke of his warmth and grace, qualities that never dimmed with fame. In remembering Johnny Crawford, audiences do not simply recall a child star or television icon, but a gentle soul who navigated success with dignity and lived his life with quiet strength, compassion, and enduring love.